G'day everyone, welcome to the Bothy. I'm Chris.
G'day, I'm Al.
Got to tip our hats today, mate, to Pete, who describes himself as a dingus that loves crazy things, and to Drew, who have taken such an interest in the NDIS, mate.
That was a great video.
Yep.
That was really good. Enjoyed it thoroughly, mate.
50 minutes of a full-on action.
They were right in their faces.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's good to see.
Yeah, easy to understand. So for those of you who haven't seen it, we will leave links everywhere to this on the screen, in the description. But Pete and Drew have done a 50-minute documentary on the potential for the NDIS to be defrauded, although potentials... Yeah. They've probably proven a bit more than that. All they've done is presented the evidence. They haven't accused anybody of doing anything, and then it's up to us to decide.
Yeah, looks kind of obvious.
It looked a bit dodgy, didn't it, mate?
Yeah, very, very dodgy.
So these two Aussie lads have gone above and beyond to tell this story that a lot of people have probably feared telling, and they'll explain why people have feared it. But now it's out in the open. It's incumbent on people like us to talk about it and spread the word.
We have to.
And it's incumbent on the government watchdogs to get off their lazy ass and fix this problem that's costing us all so much money, mate. So they point out that the NDIS has grown astronomically. It now costs the taxpayers more than the defence budget and about the same as the education budget.
That's crazy.
So we're going to share some of the key moments with you guys of their documentary and discuss them along the way. Why don't we jump straight in, mate?
Yep, sure.
Righto.
So why is it taking people like us to actually look into this? Like, mainstream media doesn't look into it. You know, the government's obviously not looking into it. So like, why does it take people like us?
There's two things here, Pete. One of them is the fact that Australia has extremely weak freedom of speech protections. We don't have, for example, the First Amendment that the Americans have.
The man arrested for hate speech.
Meaning, if you make an allegation against, an NDIS business, even if it's a truthful allegation, you can be sued into the ground through defamation. There's this whole industry in Australia, basically fraudulent defamation type lawsuits that are basically just designed to silence people and silence journalism. Especially for independent creators, it's literally crushing. If you want to do what Nick Shirley's doing in Minnesota, it's almost impossible here in Australia. If you get sued for defamation, even if it's a completely made up lawsuit, to defend it will cost $500,000 minimum.
So they'll bankrupt you. And then
I wish to God that we had free speech in this country. We do not have free speech in Australia. There's no First Amendment here. So let's be very clear. This is a straight legal disclaimer. We are not making criminal allegations of fraud against anybody in this video. We are simply putting evidence on the table. We are asking people to look at the NDIS and draw their own conclusions.
So the first thing that makes you nervous there, mate, no freedom of speech like they have in America.
No.
So you wonder why independent journalists and the mainstream media don't go and do more stories like this. We have walked away from doing stories because we don't want to get sued.
Yep.
We've not said a lot of things on our channel because we don't want to get sued. So you end up not sharing that information with the public that could get you sued into the ground. And neither of us are in a position to be sued. It's not like we can go back out and start our careers again. So
I mean, it used to be freedom of the press, but you see what happened to WikiLeaks, man.
Exactly
that was not good.
No, exactly.
That should never have happened.
Correct.
If freedom of the press was actually
a thing
taken up.
Yeah.
Freedom. What is that?
Yeah, exactly right.
Because it gets further and further away every day I look.
So we need First Amendment rights here in Australia, don't we?
We just need to be able to
say,
what's this going to do for the potential whistleblowers?
Should we kick on?
Yep.
there's literally 6 NDIS providers on this one sign. Why would there be this many NDISs in one building is the question. I've heard out of the 7,000 tip-offs that have been received through the NDIS from participants, and there's only a certain amount of actual prosecutions that have happened. And do you know the amount?
16 prosecutions out of 7,000 tip-offs. 16. Not even 0.1% of cases reach the actual prosecution stage. The integrity chief of the NDIS told the Australian Senate that if every single case of fraud were to be prosecuted, the entire Australian legal system would collapse.
I can tell you now, there is not sufficient judiciary to process the cases we have in the pipeline in the country.
There are literally not enough judges to deal with the known cases of fraud emanating from this scheme. We're talking tens of billions of dollars.
It could also be possible that nobody's investigating the complaints because the Australian economy could collapse if the NDIS became more efficient.
7,000 complaints, 16 prosecutions in the March to June quarter in 2025.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous.
That's pathetic.
We dug a little bit deeper. So here's a tidbit of information. There's a commission called the Fraud Fusion Task Force. It was established in 2022 by this current Labor government to combat fraud within the NDIS. So at least they
just
did something.
NDIS, nothing else.
Yeah. The Fraud Fusion Task Force had successfully prosecuted 20 cases to the end of 2025. That's in 3 years.
3 years they've done 20 cases.
Successfully prosecuted. Yep. There's more than 600 cases under investigation, and the task force has identified more than 15,000 participants potentially impacted by fraudulent providers.
My God.
And there's 700,000 people that are on the NDIS program in Australia.
That's completely insane, mate.
So the fraud runs both ways. There's people who are on NDIS that shouldn't be, and there's people who are providers that shouldn't be. It's just insane, mate. And they said there, if all the cases were investigated and went to court, it would shut down our legal system. There's not enough judges.
Oh, all right. Shut down the legal system. Right. Okay.
And it would blow up our economy because that money isn't going back into the economy anymore.
Then we don't have to borrow extra money to put back in the economy.
Wouldn't. But there'd be a lot of unemployed people and potentially a lot of people not getting care because they're not all.
Well, right. I mean, what kind of cars are these people driving?
Yeah, well, we'll see that in a minute. Should we kick on?
Yep.
NDIS providers are linked directly to this address, and there's 9 of them, so very weird. It's currently 4 p.m. right now, so they're supposed to be open. Look, they're all locked. Welcome to 5-Star Community Care. Bro, what the heck is this, a Nick Shirley video? Holy crap. Look at the misspelling on this. It doesn't just say personal activities, it says personal activities, and even accommodation at the bottom. And by the way, she also got a shout out from Paul Scar in the Parliament. Even with all that misspelling and being a totally legitimate business, she still was able to get the highest praise in our government of Australia. Someone please explain to me how we have a bunch of businesses making money, but are all closed. So this is Born to Care, and no one seems to be inside. They're all completely closed, and they're supposed to be open. So these are all allegedly receiving funds from the government directly. From our tax-paying dollars, we're funding 9 different NDISs, and I'm just curious, and like, how is it possible that they have them all in one single building? Many of these businesses don't even have registered domains, like born2care.com.au. This site can't be reached. Also, when you go to bigworks.com.au, the SSL certificate has actually expired. And you want to know what it says? Your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information from www.bigworks.com.au. When you think about it, there's all these NDIS providers in this one building, and they don't even have phone numbers connected.
Calling is not available. Please leave a message and I will get back.
No answer. They don't have their websites registered, which to register a domain takes a few minutes. It's not like some technical issue. In my opinion, this is either extreme incompetence or something sketchy is going on here. Okay, so you got no comment. You haven't seen those other 2 or anything?
What you should do is to get in contact with them.
Yeah, but have you seen them around in the last few weeks?
You should get in contact with them.
So you haven't seen them around?
You should get in contact with them. I think that's what you should do.
But doesn't that worry you that there's 2 NDISs that no one's inside? I don't get it.
I think what you should do is send them an email, get in contact with them, but we're not them.
Why are they not open though? I don't get it.
Like I said, we're not them. I think you should get in contact with them and send an inquiry.
Yeah. But
thank you.
Have you seen them around?
They do come around, but I think what you should do is get in contact.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw them?
Look, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much.
9 NDIS providers in one building, mate.
That is sketchy.
And half of them, or most of them, shut. It's got that childcare thing written all over it.
That's when the lady said, "We are not them.
We are not them."
Like, really?
You should contact them. You should contact them. You should contact them. It has got that childcare thing in Minnesota written all over it.
It's so dodgy, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Billions of dollars down the chip. Phone number's not connected.
No.
Email addresses don't go anywhere. Doors locked.
If they were a proper NDIS supplier that does NDIS work, you'd expect the phone number actually work.
At least connect.
At least. Yep. Even they didn't even have any web pages.
No, it's ridiculous.
Like, weird. That should be your first port of call.
Exactly. If you're going to get looked up.
If what they call the watchdog that are meant to be
the fraud squad.
Well, you think, oh, that looks like fraud because they don't have a website.
Yeah.
They don't have a proper phone number. That should be the first port of call. You should think, well, something not right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm no detective.
It shouldn't be that hard, should it, mate?
It's like, if you don't have the basics, then something's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
She also gave me actual invoices as proof as to what was happening behind closed doors. This isn't just no ordinary defrauding of the system. This is cleaners who go to a participant's house, get the participant to sign off on them cleaning their house, but really in reality, they didn't actually do the job. So for instance, they only did 30 minutes at this participant's house, but they put 3 hours, which then made them $162.21. The most vulnerable people are getting taken advantage of. Plan partners.
Yeah, they're big.
I then explained to him that a whistleblower told us they do 30 minutes of work, but are required to bill 2 hours because they say the system won't allow them to do less. The
They're
invoices.
telling them to inflate them.
Yeah.
They should not be doing that because...
Allegedly anyway, yeah. But that's...
Why are they telling that? Because that's not a big job. Like, they can only charge for what they do. But you shouldn't be telling them to inflate. We would be...
Yeah, shut that down.
On the face of it, it looks a bit sketchy.
So at this point, we have a legit testimony from an employee, a real document that was provided to us showing $10,000 of invoices. We even spoke to NDIS providers who told us this is wrong. So her name's May Parker. She's an NDIS participant, so she needs a clean on her unit. So for something like that, if it takes like, say for instance, 30 minutes to clean that unit, how long would you guys put on the actual invoice?
I think for NDIS, minimum 2 hours.
So that's on the NDIS rules?
Yeah, that's the rules, minimum 2 hours.
Oh, nice, okay. That sounds good.
All right, I'll get back to you later today.
Okay, thank you. That's their way of finessing the finesse. They finesse this by saying that that's in the NDIS rules, but it's actually not. Kia, I'm gonna be gone until late next week, so you guys just do what you need to do.
No problem.
And that's it. And then, yeah, my participant will be back in a few days. In a couple days, so you take it time.
Vacuum everything here?
Sorry?
Vacuum.
How are you guys gonna clean without any supplies?
Okay.
So this will be on the NDIS, charge the NDIS, right? The invoice? Yes? Okay, that's all good. You guys just do what you need to do and I'll be back in a few days, so. Okay, thank you. Holy crap. How is there 2 cleaners for such a small room? Now I was gonna set up multiple cameras to show evidence on this, but unfortunately, in this country of Australia, you would potentially go to jail for committing such a heinous crime of setting up one single camera inside of a room. That's right, you would get potentially up to 5 years in prison. So I can't risk that. Obviously, I've dealt with the court system before. It just shows you how bad the system currently is, that it's actually set up for the criminal rather than the actual person trying to bring justice.
So they're charging extra time, obviously.
It's ridiculous.
It's a rip-off, mate.
Yeah.
It's an out-and-out rip-off. It's a rip-off to the taxpayer. It's a rip-off to the person that they're supposed to be helping. And they're showing up with no cleaning equipment at all.
The laughable thing is they want to put cameras everywhere to watch us.
Yeah.
To make sure we're doing the right thing.
Yep.
And you can't even put cameras up to catch people out.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, mate. It doesn't. We didn't show it, but in that cleaning, they just used whatever tissues were next to the bed to wipe
they
things
used
down.
the tissues that were in their bedroom.
Yeah, just left them all in the bin. Didn't use any cleaning equipment whatsoever.
Well, you asked them, but they obviously didn't understand them.
No, exactly
oh,
right.
my God. So fraudulent.
And they lie about, we have to charge 2 hours minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you spoke to someone from the NDIS official and they said, no.
Just charge the time.
Charge the time you're there.
Yeah. So the provider knows they're not telling the truth. And protection for the criminal, that's 100% right, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, let's kick on.
Taken 25 minutes? Where are they? They're at the door. Both of them are coming out now. They've taken 25 minutes and now they're leaving. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Let's hope they don't see you. They're leaving after 25 minutes. Job well done. Now, this is the thing. We have to wait to actually receive the invoice. Are they going to drive down this way? I think so. Yeah. So we have to wait to receive the invoice. So if they put anything above this, if they put 2 hours on the invoice, you know this is what a lot of people are potentially doing in the NDIS, allegedly anyway. So, bro, they were laughing as they were walking out. They're like, it's the funniest thing ever. I just screwed over an NDIS participant. Come on. In reality, they don't understand. They're being caught in 4K, 8K, especially if I receive that invoice. These guys we're going to make sure that they get reported and everything, and we confront them about it. So, holy crap. We've received the invoice.
No way.
We've received the invoice. I didn't tell you. We just received the invoice from Help in Support. The people that just did 25 minutes at that unit.
Oh my God, open, I'll see.
$236.06 they charge.
What? That's 25 minutes.
For 25 minutes.
Does it say how many hours?
Let's check. View your bill online. We'll check right now. This will be crazy if they actually put, how many hours did they put? What? So they put 2 hours for the cleaning, $116.06. Then non-labor costs, $120. I did not agree to that at all.
Did they tell you about that?
No. And this is through the NDIS. They expect the NDIS to fund this.
And why would it be for 2 people when 1 person is driving?
$236. What? How long did it take, do you think, to clean?
It's been about 30 minutes.
Oh, it took about 30 minutes,
Yeah.
okay. So it
But
didn't,
NDIS rule is for cleaning, it needs to be minimum 2 hours.
Is that why it's invoiced for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not because it took them 2 hours.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
It didn't take them 2 hours, but because they...
So the NDIS minimum is 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it was interesting because I actually spoke on the phone to the NDIS and they said that there's no minimum 2
No,
hours.
for cleaning there is minimum.
Yeah, I haven't seen a minimum on the NDIS website. To my knowledge, it's not an NDIS rule.
No, they told me that there wasn't, so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because from what I know, when I did the thing, it says NDIS minimum for cleaning is 2 hours.
Nah, they said there's no minimum and you must, report accurate, information. Now, obviously, if it takes 30 minutes, you put 30 minutes instead of 2 hours. Oh, nice and luxury.
Yellow Mercedes, beautiful.
Have you got that nice luxurious car she has? She's probably on the phone like, what, these guys are doing
She's
this?
on the phone, she's speaking.
She saw us. I just got an email from her. She changed the invoice to $24.18, which is the actual amount, the factual amount for 25 minutes. So they took 90% of the bill away, which means they inflated my invoice by 10 times the amount.
So the cleaners do a half-assed job, which you see in the video. They only clean for 25 minutes. They're charged for 2 hours plus travel time. Now, they both arrived together, but both of them got the travel money. How does that work?
That's mental.
And the owner of the NDIS business says that it's what she's told to charge by the auditor.
2 hours, minimum. They all seem to be saying that.
Yeah. Well, that's their thing.
Yeah.
That's the way they...
If they all agree to it, then...
Yeah. But... She then changes it to $24 after charging them $240 or whatever it was at the start.
God, they can charge an hour. But freaking hell. It's like 200 and how much?
$246 or something it was.
Frig.
Exactly right. And I put money on it. The cleaners aren't getting all that money. The provider is keeping a fair chunk of it. The cleaners may not.
I wonder what the percentage is.
Oh.
To the workers, to the business must be get
have to be 50-50, wouldn't it? At least 50-50.
I mean, she cut what? $200 off the charge. So she was obviously shitting herself.
Yeah.
But she was going to get into trouble.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wow.
And she left straight after them being there and she was on the phone.
In her yellow Mercedes.
In her nice canary Merc. Yeah, exactly right.
Wish I could afford one of them.
Yeah, well, you can't, mate.
Not that colour.
We should open, we know what we should do. We should open an NDIS office, but be legitimate.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'd clean up.
Literally. We'd clean up, but we just wouldn't make any money. Let's kick on to the last segment.
Yep.
Hello, is there a manager here?
No, sorry. Can you get out, please?
No, not yet. I'm just asking. So I know that this was the exact address of a banned NDIS business. You can call the police.
Wait, are they getting yelled at?
So this was okay. So this was M&F bet. I'm just trying to work this out. But it was. I've noticed.
I'll actually bring everyone here. Get out.
Okay, bring them here then.
Bro, get out.
Hey,
get
please,
out.
that's assault because this is my property. You can't actually touch me.
Stop
Now you guys share the same.
Stop recording. You have no. It says here, stop photograph and.
What the heck? Oh, my officer. If I see you here, I gotta call the police. You understand?
Hey.
That's assault. That's
Hey.
assault. Sorry.
You just broke the
I don't want
glasses.
to see you here anymore.
Okay, that's assault. You just assaulted.
Bro, what the hell? She just broke the $800 glasses.
She even got the camera.
That's assault.
You know how bad that is?
Okay, that's assault.
You brought,
That's assault.
you brought,
I just want to know though, are you related to the previous
It's
business that
not
this
your business. It's not your business. Oh, you're going to be in the trouble.
Can I ask you a
understand?
question?
No.
Is this a legitimate business?
bro, what the heck is this? This is a joke. This has made it worse.
Just to
like,
be
honestly.
clear, I don't like that you use the R word because this is a disability service. I just wanted to ask you a question about the business.
No.
Because the business shares
No.
address.
If you're disgusted like us from what you've seen in this video, help us make a difference, please.
Go to our website, ndisexposed.com. Help sign our petition. We're calling for an immediate investigation with the National Anti-Corruption Commission. We want the NDIS to go to people who actually deserve it, not people who are rorting the system for their own personal gain and bleeding our nation dry.
Click the link below and sign up, please. We need your help.
Thank you.
We need your help. Thank you.
That is staggering, that last interaction, isn't it?
Escalated very, very quickly, didn't it?
Is the manager in? Get out!
It's not your business. It's not your business. What did you call him?
Effing.
Is that not like hate speech?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
She's running. Oh, anyway, yeah.
Wow.
Just staggering. I mean, that lady was completely out of control. I hope he did press charges or at least get compensated for his glasses.
Yeah, that's...
Because she had no right to do that. He didn't even go into the shop at any stage. He stayed out on the footpath.
That is just so wrong, man.
Just nasty and petty, those people. And at the end of the day, they had been running the previous business.
Yep.
It's really interesting too what they say in that, because that business is also linked to the Iraqi foreign money exchange business next door. And to the tobacco shop selling Middle Eastern cigarettes next to that. So they've got their 3 shops in a row, all running
it's so dodgy.
businesses.
Yeah, it's so dodgy.
It is dodgy, mate.
What? Where do you start, though?
I know.
There's so much happening just in that little area.
It's insane, isn't it?
Let's hope that the authorities have taken note of this and went, we should go there first.
Exactly right.
Because nothing sure, she was hiding something.
Yeah.
She knows she's guilty.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Who knows of what?
So people should jump onto their website, sign their petition, and get this fraud stamped out, mate. Because it's out and out fraud. It makes me mad, mate, because again, it's just people leeching off the government.
Yep.
And if we really wanted to be, of all of those things that were investigated, we could be quite racist.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be.
But we're not going to be.
Yeah. So, but there is a theme amongst a lot of those.
It just looked like that, the other one we saw in Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly
It looked exactly like that.
Exactly right. So Mark Butler, who is the NDIS minister for the federal government, and Jenny McAllister, who is the senator that assists with the NDIS, hopefully they've seen this and will stop this fraud from continuing on their watch.
Yeah.
Yep. And at least this government has done something by introducing that watchdog, but the watchdog looks like it's got no teeth.
Yeah.
Because nothing's actually happening. So,
well, 20 in 3 years.
It's ridiculous, mate.
Come on.
Exactly. So can you two please do something, actually do something, not talk about it, do the job you're paid to do and launch an audit and investigation, something, anything, mate.
Anything. Yeah.
Would be good. One of our viewers actually made a comment on another one of our videos. Why don't we get all the pensioners, if they're going to earn a pension, to come together and audit or vet government departments and spending? That's a great idea. I would love to do that.
Well, you're practically a pensioner now, aren't you?
Well, I'm a retiree with no pension. What do you call that? Unemployed, I think. Exactly right. But that would be awesome. I would love to get involved in vetting and looking into. I love that sort of stuff.
Well, if
financial governance,
they're right there. It's like it'd be so much easier for them to go, well, that's a bit dodgy. This is it's their homes.
But they're not doing anything, are they, mate? Oh, you're talking about in the homes?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about all pensioners.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, well, the ones that have got the NDIS coming to the place, they could quite easily go. Well, they used, like as that guy said, used all my tissues to clean it.
I wonder how capable a lot of them are, though. But yeah.
But and that other guy, on the actual video, the guy said that they're meant to actually bring their own equipment.
Yeah, of course they are.
Not use the people's cleaning.
The vacuums and the cleaning stuff, that's why you pay them. Exactly right. So we recommend you go and watch the complete documentary. It is great viewing. The lads have done a brilliant job keeping it interesting. It's snappy. It's easy to understand. It's engaging. So really good work, fellas. You've done a great job.
Yeah, done really well.
And we'd love to have a chat with them at some point down the track. I'm sure they're getting mobbed by every mass media organisation going around, but at some point it'd be great to have a chat with them. And
very interesting blokes.
Talk about the other 16 hours of footage they weren't allowed to put to air. 17 hours of footage they didn't. They could only put 50 minutes to air because of the legal threats they got.
Wow.
From NDIS providers. Yeah.
That just tells you, mate.
It does.
I hope the officials who are meant to be policing this area have actually got those hours.
Yeah.
And go through it and go, geez, never saw that one. There's another one. There's
exactly.
Who knows?
Who knows? You can
if you were one of them, you'd want to get as much information on these fraudulent cases as possible.
For sure.
And these guys have done a great job, and they didn't have to pay anybody to get all this information.
Yep.
So
just run them down.
It's a win-win.
Yep, hand it to the task force, off they go.
I mean, I'm sure some of them aren't fraudulent, but sure a lot of them are.
Look like it. Yeah. All right, everyone, let us know what you think. Great job from those two guys. We'll be interested in your comments.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See ya.